Today we're talking about how to make a marketing video for YouTube. Hey, it's Paul Tobey here from Training Business Pros. If you've never made a marketing video before, you might be thinking to yourself, how do I go about that? Do I take pictures of my office? What do I do? And I believe that marketing is anything that showcases your products and services to a new audience. The YouTube audience is a big audience. And if you want to showcase your products and services, then I have some direction for you and some points on how to put the entire video together from A to Z. This is the current template that we're using for our videos in YouTube, and I think you're going to get a lot out of this. And if you stick around to the end, I've got this one big bonus tip on how to engage your audience pretty much 100% of the time, because if you get your videos watched at least 50% of the total length, then they're going to rank better in YouTube. We're going to get started in just a second. All right, so as I said, marketing is anything that showcases your products and services to a new audience. And I think what falls underneath that category is videos that share information, tutorials, how-tos, and really anything that helps the audience decide, are you actually an expert in what you're talking about? And so if you're giving information, then in the form of an educational video, a tutorial, all of these are really good marketing videos. I don't think it's the greatest idea just to showcase your product, show a picture of it and talk a few words. I think it's really all about information that helps the user and gets them to trust you and that you know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, so let's talk about the marketing video content. First of all, I think between 10 and 12 minutes is a great video because you got to have enough time to get through the information to actually help people. So let's start off with the introduction. The introduction really is just about saying the name of the video right up front, and then a brief description about what you're going to be talking about. What will you actually learn? When you get to the end of the video, what have you taken away from this? All right, so an introduction probably lasts a little less than 45 seconds or so. And then what you might want to do, like I did in the beginning, is make reference to what's going to happen at the end so people have a reason to stick around. Once you're done the introduction, then you dive into the branding of your company. And that branding could be a 5 to 10 second montage of pictures and images, and obviously maybe your logo and some music, just to kind of brighten the energy, pick the energy up a little bit, and put a little bit of space between the introduction and the actual content. That branding reel, if you haven't really put that together before, you might want to get the recommendations of some experts in video. You could even go to Upwork and get some help with that, because if you've never edited video and put music and, you really just want to put your best foot forward. Again, stick around to the end because I really want to talk about this bonus tip that's going to help you engage your audience. If you think to yourself, what can I do to help my audience be more engaged? And that's what I'm going to share in the end. So stick around for that. All right. So each section in the video should be subtitled. In other words, if you're talking about a specific bullet point or section, you really want to give that a title slide. And so take a look at the title slides that are displaying throughout. They're just little headlines of the subject that you're tackling in the moment. During that time, what you want to say is things like, hey, here's what to watch out for. Here's what you can do. Here's the next thing you need to do. And so you're constantly through the video you're going from section to section. Okay, this next thing is, and you really want to pay attention to this. Put a little bit of energy into it because, of course, as you know, with me, energy is everything. Each bullet point that you talk about, and what I mean by bullet points is, let's say in the beginning you say, well, I'm going to share with you 5 things that you absolutely need to know about this and that. For example, 5 things about how to put a marketing video together. Those 5 things, again, should have subtitles, but during the bullet point when you're explaining it, it's not only here's how to do it, here's what you should do, here's what to look out for, but why you need that. So why is that a good thing? So for example, when we get to our bonus point and then we start talking about how to engage an audience, you want to pay attention to why you need to do that, because you want your audience on the edge of their seats. Does that make sense? It's not just here's some information, but here's also why you need to do that. Here's the benefit of actually doing that. Okay, so then once you're done your bullet points, and I think on average, 5 is really good. I like the big 3. If you can fill out 3 things in 10 minutes, that would be really good. But say 3 to 5 sections on what they need to do and why they need to do that, and maybe some examples. One of the things that I wanted to show you just before we move on to the next section is, let me show you a brief example of why I think marketing videos should be done this way. Because as you're giving information, people start to feed back through their comments about what they learned and how it's helped them. So let's take a quick look at some of the most recent comments for the Training Business Pros channel. And as you're scrolling through, you can see things like, oh, there's somebody who said, energy is everything, which is one of my favorite things. Then also the same person says, excellent advice. And then here's one of my favorites. Mike Smith said, this video is the neutron star of marketing information, packed super dense with the clearest overview of marketing automation I've ever seen. I'm on my 3rd viewing and still, obviously I'm still learning things, I think is what he said. You think to yourself, well, what makes a good marketing video? To me, those comments are proof positive that the videos that you're putting together, if they are helpful to the person who's reading them and they are learning, then that's probably the best marketing you can do. And I've seen, again, people put marketing videos together that showcases products and companies and offices and people. But really, I think the best ones are, does that really help me? Does that help your audience learn something so that they can get a specific result? Then, once you've gone through all of the bullet points that you wanted to talk about, the talking points, and you've told them, here's what we're going to do, here's how to learn that, and then what will you get out of that? Once you're done all of that, then you want to start saying things like, okay, so here we are, we're here at the bonus tip of the day. So here's my big bonus tip, because I promised it to you, and how to keep audiences on the edge of their seats. And obviously what you want to do is people who get further in the video, obviously they're more engaged. And the more engaged they are, the better the video will rank, the more comments it will get, and the better it will do overall. So how do you actually do that? Well, my response to that is Suggestology. And Suggestology is the art of activating someone's natural will to actually pay attention and learn something. And I feel so strongly about it that, let me reach over here, I've actually written a book about it called Suggestology. And what I want you to do is I want you to click the link right up here. And I'm actually not sure if I can post links in my videos yet because it's a relatively new channel. But anyway, we'll make reference to it up here. But if you look below, there's a link to my website where you can ask for a 30-minute training on Suggestology. This 30-minute training came right out of a 5-day course that I've done recently with speakers called Train the Online Trainer. And I believe that Suggestology is one of the most important sections of that training. And so what I did was I cut it right out of there. And these people paid $2,500 for that training. So for a 30-minute section of that course on Suggestology, it's really going to help you on things that you can do to engage your audience. One of the main ones is asking questions. Did you notice that I'm asking a lot of questions? I just did it again. Did you notice that? All right. One thing I forgot to mention is if you go and you sign up for that 30-minute training, and again, we'll post the link below, you're automatically registered to receive a free copy of that book, Suggestology, and I'm going to sign it for you and put it in the mail. And if you live in North America, you don't have to pay shipping for it either. So we're going to give away a book every now and then on the trainingbusinesspros.com website, and just go and register for that. Once you're at this point in the video, then all you need to do is tell people, hey, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and if you have any questions or comments or suggestions for other video content, please post it below. And that's really all you need to do. And then if you have some branding, like a video jingle or something like I'm going to play in just a second, put it at the end.